I'm Jasmine Adams, and I'm the host of Footprints to Fruition. Rhonda, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. It is an honor.
So, Rhonda Powell, she is the founder of the Arlington Speakers Bureau. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Well, Arlington Speakers Bureau is a faith-based economic development enterprise that design, deliver, and develop public speaking engagements.
I'd love to hear more about what inspired you to start your business.
Well, I served in the military for 20 years,
Okay.
and I knew that I had to transition at some point. So instead of working for the Department of Defense for another 20 years, I decided to start my own public speaking business.
So when I think about the public speaking industry, it has so many different people in it that have their own platforms. What about the Rhonda Powell platform? Did you say, this is a differentiator, this can be a viable business venture for me?
Oh, absolutely. So I began to receive numerous requests to come and speak at different organizations. And they were requesting me because I am a woman, African American, successful service member, and completed over 20 years in the service. So I bring value add just to the industry alone.
Wow, that makes complete sense. I completely understand how you can offer that unique perspective every time you go and tell your story. So one of the things I'm always really interested to hear about from entrepreneurs is, what are some of the things you wish you knew before you started your business?
Oh, absolutely. If I could turn back the hands of time, I actually spent money before I made money. So, for example, I went out and spent on a public speaking credential, and it's totally not necessary. You actually just need to get started. Just start where you stand.
I really like the fact that you said start where you stand. That's very important. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with their current income versus the seed money for their business, balancing that. What are some of the lessons you learned in terms of your income and starting your new business?
I would definitely encourage people to not leave their job if they're working. Don't leave your job until you replace your income. And how you go about replacing your income, so you have to build a plan. So I'll give you a quick example. When you build a plan to replace your income, just do simple math. If you charge $25 per person for 335 people, that's $8,350. Just imagine multiplying that times 12, and you're at $100,000. Your income has been replaced.
That's amazing. Yeah, and it's that type of math, that type of planning, where people really need to sit down and say, how can I make this viable? How can I make it work? Folks are so inspired about, I'm starting a business, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, but what are the realistic planning steps that they need to take? That's helpful. Thank you. So after you've established the plan, great, this is how I move forward to start the business. How do you choose who to work with? It's really risky. It's your baby. How do you know the right people that will help make your dream a reality?
Jasmine, that is a good question. It's truly trial and error, but I'll tell you where I started. I started with seniors or students that were truly inspired to do an intern in the area of public speaking.
Okay.
So I received tremendous support from the university with the senior students and those that were getting ready to graduate and launch out into the communications field. And I also will tell you that it is truly just reaching out and interviewing people and sitting down and understanding where they are in their career. So for me, I met with a young lady at Starbucks, and we discussed what my plans were for moving forward for her duties and responsibilities. And she immediately quoted a retainer fee. So I knew this wasn't the one. But my success came when I just met with a graduating senior who was truly encouraged with her communications degree and wanted to expound in the public speaking industry. So we worked out perfect.
Interesting. I love the fact that you're saying take people who are passionate, not necessarily that they have the specific skills or they have the experience, but if they're passionate and want to help you build your dream, that's where you can start to help identify the people to work with you. That's
Perfect.
Good. That's good. So, of course, we have many entrepreneurs out in the world who are aspiring to start their own business or maybe have, and they're still trying to find their way. What's some advice that you would give to them for them to be successul?
Oh, I would definitely encourage people to get educated. I mean, you're starting a new venture, so you have to go and learn the organization, the business structure. Okay. So I encourage everyone to visit the SBA, the Small Business Administration, because they are going to give you specific tools on how to select a business type. So you can be an LLC or you can be an incorporation. They will also teach you how to actually obtain your business license. And finally, you can get a tax ID number because you need to keep your business separate from your personal life.
Rhonda, that is invaluable advice. Thank you so much. So that's really good advice about making sure that all the specifics are in order, getting the tax ID. I love that you specifically mentioned that. What other advice would you give?
So my final piece of advice would be definitely socialize your idea to become an entrepreneur with your friends, with your inner circle. So I'll give you a quick example of what happened with me. A friend of mine sent an email and said, Rhonda, there's a public speaking event in your area and it's right up your alley. So I attended the event out of loyalty to my friend and I decided that, you know what, he was right. And the rest is history.
I love that. Rhonda, thank you so much for sharing your story, for talking to us about the lessons you learned. I mean, the concept of start where you stand, don't leave your job until you have a plan, share your vision with everyone. I mean, those are such valuable concepts when it comes to entrepreneurship. So I thank you, and I thank everyone out there who is aspiring to start their business. Keep in touch, keep watching Footprints to Fruition.